Bo Ryan to the Hall of Fame. It's about damn time. Let's talk about it. Let's celebrate that man.
You are Locked On Badgers, your daily podcast on the Wisconsin Badgers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, Badger fans? Welcome to Locked On Badgers. I'm your host, Ryan Herrings, your host every day. Thank you so much for joining us as always. I wanted to do this show yesterday, but we were driving up to my cabin. If you notice, my background's different if you're watching on YouTube. I'm up at the cabin, but none of that matters. I definitely just wanted to talk about it a little bit and just share the emotion of it. Bo Ryan, obviously, if you're a Badger fan, you've probably seen it. You've probably heard it. You probably read about it. To the basketball, the Naismith Hall of Fame. And, oh, man, it's about damn time. Right? It is about damn time. This dude is won 700 plus games. I'm going to do a whole show just breaking down like maybe the top 10 moments of the Bo Ryan era, maybe the top 10 games, the top players. There's so much you could get into from this era and what he did in Madison, what he did for basketball, what he did over the totality of his career, which exceeds, I mean, it goes beyond just his accomplishments for the Badgers and in Madison, but going to the Hall of Fame. A couple things. I'm so happy they did it while he can still celebrate it and he can still enjoy it and he can enjoy the honor of that enshrinement of the culmination of his career, right? So there's players and there's coaches who they get honored after they've unfortunately passed away and they never get to kind of enjoy that culmination, like that capstone of the career. So I'm super glad that the committee they had the common sense, because again, it's about damn time to put him in while he's still around, while I can still enjoy it, while I can still speak to it, while I can still reflect on it. He deserves it. Like, absolutely. Bo Ryan, you look back at the players he's coached, the games he was in, everything he was able to accomplish here. And again, I want to do a longer episode just about everything that he accomplished, really break down some of it, put it in context, historical context. But this is really just more what did he mean to us as Badger fans? And if you're in the comments, I just kind of popped this up, so I didn't let anybody know it's going live. That's probably my fault, as per usual. But if you're here with us live, let us know what he meant to you as a Badger fan, what his legacy is. I'll tell you what he meant to me. I may not be a Badger fan if not for Bo Ryan, a basketball fan, right? You grow up and you're kind of fickle. And I'm not saying, like, be a bandwagon fan, but I'm just saying as a kid, you're kind of drawn to winning. You're kind of drawn. And I have teams out of Wisconsin that I follow that I'm a fan of for various reasons. You know, if Badgers basketball hadn't done what it did under Bo Ryan, there's whole groups of people who are Badger fans, basketball fans, because of Bo Ryan, because of what he built, because of the excitement, because of the winning, because of the players. And that all goes back to him. Like, he's the captain on top of that ship. There's all sorts of people who are Badger fans because of what Bo Ryan did, because of his impact on the program. And I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be a Badger fan if he wasn't there, if he didn't do what he did. You think about what he meant to Badger fans. For me, it meant that every year growing up, every year I had a team I could look forward to. While a lot of my pro teams were cratering or going through rebuilds, I could always look towards Badgers basketball and know I was going to have a damn good team. I was going to have a team that was going to compete. I was going to play the right way, that had players that represented the state of Wisconsin, right? That had players that understood hard work, that played the team game. Like, he ran a really, from a player standpoint, relatively really clean ship. He brought in high character kids. You were happy to cheer for them. You never had to kind of like bite your teeth typically while you were cheering on one side and like, I don't really like this guy. Like, he ran a good program, which is also a great basketball program that was incredibly consistent. And every year, like a metronome, I could set my clock to the Badgers being really good at basketball. And that was a hell of a thing to look forward to. Like, there's so many programs who they don't have a good 5-year stretch. You had a good 15-year stretch with Bo Ryan. I mean, it's remarkable. And even if you don't win the title every year, to have that level of consistent success is so incredibly difficult to replicate, right? To me, it's similar to the Atlanta Braves winning the NL East every single year. Like, it's unheard of, finishing in the top 4 in the conference every single year you're at the helm. That's insane. And what it meant is I always had a team that I could enjoy every single year, no matter what else was happening. I knew Badgers basketball was going to be really good. And that's what Bo Ryan meant. Like, he meant that you always had something to look forward to and be proud of as a Wisconsin fan. Just a legend. I mean, with a capital L and like 7 exclamation points. An absolute legend. We got a few comments here. Let's just get them. Brett Roll said, it's about time for Bo. 100%, Brett. Thanks for chiming in, man. It's about damn time. Badger and Boardmouth said he really deserved to go. Brett came back again and said it was nice he could build off the stepping stones Dick Bennett put in place. 100%. Like, there were things Dick Bennett did, right? And we all remember that magical run he went on. Like, he set a few pieces of the foundation in place, and then Bo Ryan really built on that foundation. I still think you needed a special coach to be able to build on that, and Bo Ryan was absolutely a special coach. DJ Hungerford, both teams were perennially top 4 in conference. I mean, that was the floor. It's incredible, and it spoiled us to a degree, right? That the floor for Bo Ryan was a top 4 finish. The floor. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you remember back when Wisconsin was one of, I think it was us in Florida, maybe us, Florida, and Michigan State were the only 2 or 3 teams that in basketball and football we each had like 20-year streaks of bowl games and NCAA tournament appearances. I mean, that tournament appearance streak was built on the bedrock of Bo Ryan. Zach Bart says, grew up with Bo as Wisconsin's guy, grew up outside Milwaukee, so had Wisconsin. Not head coach Ryan, I probably would have focused on Marquette. Love Coach Ryan, and he got me hooked on Wisconsin. That's it. 100%, Zach. Like, I don't know. Maybe I would have been. So I was born in Tucson. That's kind of where my dad lives. Maybe I would have been an Arizona Wildcats fan. I kind of watched both growing up. But watching Bo Ryan, like, that won me over. Winning matters. Who knows how many other Badger fans living close to Chicago or living that graduated and then went to the East Coast would have become Illinois fans or East Coast guys, or like, there's a whole generation, I think, of Badger basketball goodwill, of Badger basketball national prowess that is here because of Bo Ryan. Patrick Minahan said, I'll agree. You were always proud of this team, no matter how good they were. They never seemed to be sour ends of seasons. Yeah. Mikey says, I always appreciated Bo's fire. He always passed the eye test. He controlled officials and people respected him nationally. Bo was a one-on-one. Like, let's be super clear. Like, we're all one-on-ones, but Bo was like a one-of-one, right? His presence on the sideline, the scowl, right? When the call didn't goes away, the immediate hook of like a 5-star, I don't know, Sam Decker freshman when he made a turnover in the glare. Like, listen, Bo was unapologetically Bo Ryan, right? He knew who he was comfortable in his skin, and he was damn good at it. I love Bo Ryan, man. All right, we're going to take one quick break, come back, and I'm going to talk a little bit about his legacy. Any other comments? Again, we're going to dive way deeper into this. We're going to do a whole show on the best moments, the biggest games, my favorite players from his era. But I just wanted to kind of get this out there and say, hell yeah, let's go. Bo Ryan to the Hall of Fame. Well-deserved, about damn time. All right, we're going to take a quick break for our friends of the show over at LinkedIn. These days, every potential hire feels like a high-stakes wager because you got to get the right people in the door. That's what LinkedIn comes here to do. They give you the best tools to find the best people for your job, your position, whatever it is. If you're a hiring manager, if you're a company looking to grow, if you're an HR, or if you're a prospective job hunter, LinkedIn is the number one source for all of your needs. It's why LinkedIn continues to rank number 1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competition, because they are the best at what they do. They have the largest network. They have everything you need from a hiring manager, screening tools to get rid of people with no business coming in the door. You're trying to land that Bo Ryan for your business, that Bo Ryan for your company. Let LinkedIn help you get the right people in the door, the right candidates right away. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/lockedoncollege. That's linkedin.com/lockedoncollege. Post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. All right, let's keep going here. Let's talk about Bo Ryan. And I apologize if you hear my dog barking in the background. Sorry, distract me for a second. But okay, legacy. I want to talk about his legacy really quickly. What is the legacy of Bo Ryan? For me, everything that we talk about when we're talking the great guard conversation, the legacy of Bo Ryan hangs over that in such a powerful way, because he's shown you what Wisconsin can be at its near ceiling. And at its near ceiling, it's a freight train, right? It's getting to the tournament every year. It's contending for one of the elite conference championships every single year. It's getting to the Final Four. It's getting to the national championship. I mean, it's beating one of the most storied Kentucky teams in history. Like, the ceiling of Bo Ryan is up in the stratosphere. It is up among the clouds, right? And that's why it's so hard to replace him. That's why it's so hard when a great guard, and I'm not turning this into a great guard conversation whatsoever, but when a great guard can win 60% of his games, and you're like, well, is that good enough? Because of the legacy that Bo Ryan left, the foundation he built. It's why people across the country look at Wisconsin basketball in a way that elicits respect, in a way that people still talk about Wisconsin basketball in a sense of They're almost right in that top tier because of what they've done. Look at what they've done for the last 20, 25 years. It's all built off Bo Ryan. It's the legacy he left, and that legacy is incredibly difficult to replace because he is a Hall of Fame coach, because of everything he accomplished. A couple more comments here. This is from Mikey. I played college ball in the mid-'90s. I visited Platteville. Bo was obviously there. Bo looked me straight in the face and says, "Don't plan on coming here and averaging 20." That's an awesome story, Mikey. That says everything about Bo. His system was great. Yeah, that's awesome. What a cool story, Mikey. What a cool story. Bo Dragon says, I have no idea. Bo, Baguette. I'm not even reading that, Bo. This is a Great King Dick Bennett Baguette. No, I can't even read that one, Bo. Not that there's anything weird in there. Brett Roll says Bo did the best by the team and the players. Started as true freshman Devin Harris, total stud. Maybe is Devin Harris the best player of the Bo Ryan era, or is it Kaminsky? That's an interesting discussion. But at the same time, he convinced a 5-star Brian Bush to redshirt. Bo Ryan built culture, right? The entire team was built around a culture of success, a culture of winning, a culture of teamwork, cohesion, consistency. Is irreplaceable. Patrick Minahan says, still depressing, you couldn't get a title. Yeah, I agree. Oh, man. But a lot of great coaches don't, right? A lot of great – we talked with Gene Cady in a previous show. Never made the title either. Never even made it to the title game. Purdue Hall of Fame coach. Badger Bormal says, do you think Bo would thrive in today's game? I'll say this. I think the great ones adjust. I think the great ones figure it out. I think he's cut from a cloth that would be more difficult in today's world. But I also think he would find a way to build culture. I think he would be fine. In other words, I think he'd be fine. It'd be different, but I think he'd be fine. Here's the thing with Bo Ryan, too. Like, I think Bo Ryan would excel at finding pieces to fit into his roster from lower levels and building that into a culture and continuity that would still really compete at the highest level. So the way he coached defense, the way he found pieces, I think Bo Ryan would be fine in today's world of NIL, of transfers. Now, would he want to put up with it? That would be the other question. I think he would coach. He may even coach at a higher level in today's world, because I think the teams he would build would have stronger cultures than the teams they're playing. There are maybe more NIL driven. Now, I don't know if he'd put up with it. That would be the thing. Bo may be like, nah, I'm not playing this personality game. Bo Dragon says Bo Ryan's teams represented him, a fiery winner. Yep. To a T. To a T. Michael Wagner, who did more for Wisconsin, Bo or Barry? I think it's Barry. I think Barry came in earlier. I mean, he did come in earlier. I don't think he came in earlier when Wisconsin was much, much more overall from the entire athletic department standpoint in the dumpster. And Barry was really the catalyst. He was the nuclear fire that kind of ignited this whole reignition of Wisconsin prominence. And that fire, created all these other things. They all grew out of that. I think Barry's the Don. He's the GOAT, right? He's the guy on Mount Rushmore that you put up there first. All apologies to Pat Richter and Hirsch and Dane and Bo Ryan and Bennett and everybody else, all the greats at Wisconsin. If the Mount Rushmore Wisconsin athletics got shaved by just 3 people and it's just a 1-person statue, it's Barry Alvarez, in my opinion. Mark D says, I still believe Winslow touched it. Yeah, he did. He did. Bo was robbed. Yeah, he did. Bo Dragon says Bo Ryan would have thrived in modern NIL. He was sharp as a tack. I agree. I don't think it would have been a challenge for him from a coaching standpoint. I just don't know if he would have put up with the personalities, or if he would have put up with having to re-recruit his roster or not. But I think from a coaching standpoint, in a way, he would be plucking Division II guys. He would be plucking mid-major guys that fit his roster to a T, because he had an incredible eye for talent. He found pieces. He knew how to use them. I think in a way he could even be better in the NIL transfer era, where he'd be able to go look and find missing pieces. Think about Badger fans. Think about that 2015 team, right? What if NIL was there at that point and Bo Ryan was the coach? Maybe you use NIL to go find a missing piece off the bench that gives you a little more depth. I don't know. I'm just saying, of course, maybe you lose a guy too, but maybe you build an even better team with NIL, with Bo Ryan at the helm of that. I'm just saying it's possible. All right, we're going to wrap it there. Again, I wanted this to be a quick show, just kind of a celebration of Bo Ryan, Hall of Fame. Hell yeah, it's about time. Wisconsin Badgers basketball legend, and it's well-deserved. It is 100% well-deserved. Hats off, tip of the cap to you, Coach. Enjoy it. Just incredibly deserved honor. And then we're definitely diving more into this because this is one of the legends, not just of Wisconsin basketball, not just of Big Ten basketball, not just of college basketball. This is one of the legends. Now, this is what getting into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame does. This is one of the legends of basketball now. And he's going in representing Wisconsin. And that is pretty damn cool. On Wisconsin, let's go. Super excited to see this.